kasi nga fundraiser ito. Yes, si Tito Randy.
Yung mga ganito mga fundraiser na lasal, hindi po pinag-uusapan ng pera. So, in other words, whether we get paid or honorarium ko, wala po kami pinag-uusapan as long as makakatulong po sa amin mga kasi like for example, we do our own also yung mga batches po namin, marami na po nagkakasakit po sa amin, kaya sinasamahan. Aside from the batches we have, ito po yung pangmalakihan po, yung lasal po na tutulungan po namin dito sa kanilang mga proyekto po.
Galing ni Kuya Randy, no? Mature. Sobrang mature. Kasi alam mo, nauna na siya, di ba? So, hindi ganyan lang si Kuya Randy, but matulungin talaga siya. And he's leader siya ng batch niya. Diba? President ka nung Silverde.
79.
Ano yung tanong mo?
Yun nga, eto ba hindi kayo binayaran ng regular? Nag-meal ba kayo? Or may tatanggapin daw ba kayo dahil fundraiser ito? Kasi like, ikaw, alam ko meron kang mga tinutulungan, no? Si Tito Gary, meron din siya ng foundation ni Tita Angeli. So kayo?
Hindi ko alam. Actually, may bayad ba kami? Pero naman, I guess tawag doon may honorarium.
Ang dami sponsor.
Hindi ko 1 million.
Alam mo ba, pinalipat ko pa ito, ni-request ko kasi yung dalawa dito hindi pwede kung natuloy sa isa eh.
Saka pag sinabi ni Mandy, wala ka nang masasabi.
Saka taga-filoil na, no?
Kung ano, tig-isa kaming gasolinahan.
Yung mga
Saan ka
dati,
ba, Mre? Ako Batangas ang isa ka ba?
kasi yung mga ibang basketball player dati ng Lasala, binigyan ng dealership.
Teka, sasali. Hindi kami basketball player.
Dapat pag-usapan dito pagkatapos press con. Thank you so much for coming to the press con. Meet na tayo.
O yung The Hive, maraming salamat din sa Hive.
Kahit
Yun
last
yung hotel,
year.
yung Hive. Yung Hive. Hive.
Yan, syempre live po tayo today sa iba't ibang media, social media platforms like in Abante, Abante News Online, we're live, anything goes siya. Syempre, sisimulan na natin. Ito ang editor ng, Manila Bulletin. Tinikilig si Jojo, naalala niya yung panahon niya. So, Jojo, yes, Jojo, alipin na. Oo. Bigyan ko na lang ng mic. Isang mic. Pakipasa niya sa ibang magtatanong.
Yun sa ano kita? Na-track kita.
Ayan. So sige, can you tell us about, kasi syempre people know what to expect because you're legendary na sa business natin. We all know your sound, we all know your hits. Pero what more is there to show dito sa concert na to? Maybe each one of you.
Ay, teka sandali. May dumating.
Oh, sorry.
Ayun pala si Dingdong.
Oy. Slow clap tayo, slow clap. Oh.
Dingdong Atansado. Hello, Dingdong. Bago sumagot siya, ano na, pa-greet ka muna.
Pulili mo din. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Kasi na po kayo, galing po akong Tacloban. Kaya wala akong driver. Pero it's nice to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Yan, so OGIE yan. Yung tanong ni Jojo.
Yeah. What to expect? What to expect? Actually, wala. Wala kayo ma-expect. Joke ba? I think, aside from our hits, and since most of us, all of us came from the era of the 1980s, so yun yung music namin. So I am sure that part of the repertoire will be a lot of 80s songs. And siyempre hindi pwede mawala yung mga hits namin, di ba? Ay, pati sinasama-sama yung mga songs namin. If we sing all of our songs, I think it will be a very long show. But I will probably choose some of the best that we've done so far. So, what else should you expect? Fun. Siyempre, nandiyan si Kuya Randy. Laughter. Dancing. A lot of dancing. Nandiyan ako. Diba? Ayun. And a lot of Lasallian humor, Lasallian banter. I'm assuming most of the guys na manonood are from Lasalle. But we're also inviting other schools. Sana manonood din sila, no? Para they feel bad. And they wanna go kung maingitan.
Thank you. Follow up ko lang, because I think lahat naman kayo ganun din ang sasabihin more or less. I mean, diba? Kasi, okay, so ito, kasi nanonood ako lately ng mga K-pop concerts. Nakikita ko yung reaction ng fans sa kanila. Ito, first nakakanood din naman ako ng concert ng sariling ate. So ngayon talagang wild ang fans sa mga K-pop artists. Kayo ba, in the 80s, how wild was wild when it comes to fan experience or fan encounters?
Nung in the 80s,
I think I can speak on behalf of everyone because when I started out in the 80s, first of all, my career started out with a big scandal. And Jelly, who ended up becoming my wife, became pregnant. So you can only imagine how it was for me, at least in my first concert, when after the prayers were done and the first concert was held as a tipping point. Kung walang tao dun sa concert ko sa Araneta, Friday the 13th of 1984, yun ang magiging, dun ko magpapasehan kung maiiwan ako dito sa Pilipinas o aalis ako. But when my sister came in to tell me that the concert was sold out, just before I stepped out on stage, it was a sign for me to stay. And I think it lends itself to the answer, no? But the fans back then, considering walang social media, walang internet, they were extremely wild. And it was wild wherein I think each of us, when we stood on stage and we saw them go wild, success na yun. Bago pa kaming kumanta, magsalita, wild na sila. And it felt really good, no? Because it felt like it was genuine, where people would go out of their way to see us, instead of see us through a 5.3-inch screen, you know, a playback of something that somebody else took. There's nothing like the experience of being in front of an artist who inspires you, who encourages you. And at that time, it was as pure and as simple as that. So, the fans today are really, really wild. But who knows, maybe in a couple of days, weeks, or maybe even months, there's a new artist that comes out that they will see online, and suddenly now their choice of support will be compromised. You know, there's nothing wrong about it. But at that time, when people decided, I'm gonna support Randy, I'm gonna support Ding Dong or OGIE, they went all out. And I speak on behalf of this guy over here, si Randy, kasi although you can say he's the most senior of all of us, he was the last one to really come out and make a splash into the industry. He was the only one that came out with long hair, with shades that he never took off, so it created a mystery. And people really liked it. I know, because every time I would have a concert, laging, uy, guess na si Randy Santiago. Ako naman, grabe naman yun, grabe. Kasi iba yung dating nila. I'm not just saying this because I'm from LaSalle and he's from LaSalle, but I experienced it. So I guested him together with Juan Miguel Salvador, who is also from LaSalle. But how nice to see the reactions of people who were supporting me, now also supporting who is just as talented, or maybe even more, no? But very creative in his way. So that's my answer to that. Ginto, you want to add something?
No. It's very interesting what Gary pointed out, na indifference ng mga fans today. There's just so many platforms out there now that, you know, for us as we have our children also now that are in the music industry, and we see their challenges. Yeah, tama yung sabi ni Gary na, yeah, the fans ngayon are wild and all, but ang bilis nilang attention span, ang bilis magbago because now their access to information and all. And mas na-appreciate namin nung araw na yung mga fans, well, loyal din naman ngayon. Rapid na yung mga fans ngayon. Pero more of the effort that they put into, sige, pagsulat lang ng fan mail, di ba? Talagang karito talaga yun, di ba? Snail mail pa yun. Tapos, yun nga, pipila talaga sila to go to fans day and all. They didn't have the technology din. So I guess that made it more meaningful and mas genuine, I guess. Mas genuine.
Okay? Okay na? Okay na, Jo? Okay. At syempre, ito
Meron ba kayong kasi?
Maganda naman sa sagot.
Ganun din.
Ganun din ba sa sagot?
So, eto na, magtatanong, syempre, eto, pinakasikat na naging talk show host. Totoo naman na. Talk show host ka, natanong ka naman. Kasi, hindi niya na kasing tumakas, sobrang touch ko siya. Na nagsama-sama kayong apat sa isang fundraiser. Pero gusto niya umalis ka agad. So, magtanong ka muna, sige na, naka-green ka naman. Although, ibang klaseng green niya. Green-minded ka naman. Okay, eto na. Lolly Solis. Like pa naman tayo sa mga online shows. Kasi tayo nasasampalin.
Di ba sabi mo fundraising to? Hindi dapat wala silang talent eh. Pero kanina tinatanong sa kanila yung talent.
Dito ko na kung wala kasi pinawaran ako dito. Tapos nagreklamo ka, sabi mo mali. Online nagreklamo ka kanina, sabi mo mali.
Ay, nasa Nikilo. Kaya nagkakit mo? Nikilo, tanong.
Sige na tanong ka na, makita mong naging talk show host ka, tsaka online show host ka. Kasi miss na naniniwala eh. Tinanong na kanina yan, hindi mo pwede ulitin.
Wala ba silang magkaawa sa Nikilo?
Sabi ko, bakit ako sabi ko niya ayaw ko, hindi naman
Wala din.
wala, tinanggalan ka naman. Sige, lalakas ako na. Wala bang naging problema sa bidding? Kasi syempre sa post-rate, kita naman. Pinag-usapan ng bidding.
Ikaw lang. Yata.
I think yung pagdating sa billing, the managers are the ones that talk about that. But amongst the artists, we're cool with whatever. It's no problem.
So happy ka na.
Alphabetical order yata eh.
Wala nang may...
Ito pa, may isa pang tanong si Tito Lord.
Sabi ni Gary, the vice manager, yung Michael, pag-uusap
Sa billing.
sa kiling. So, tinugi yung asawa ni kasi ang hindi na para
Ito na Tito Lord, ulitin mo.
Kaya na yung sabihin yung manager. Ang manager ni Ogie, si Jim. Hindi! Ang manager ni Ogie, si Angeli. Kasi Angeli, ang manager ni Dingo, si Jessa. E di ang kawawa si Randy kasi hindi artista yung asawa niya.
Talagang pinili yung manager. Parang isa lang ang totoong manager doon, ha? O sige, Randy, ito lang sa sagot. Okay.
Wala po talaga naging problema sa billing po. Of course, alam naman nila yung gagawin na lang po nila. Yung 18, which was alphabetical. So, alam naman po natin mauuna ang Alcasid bago yung Abansado. Sinundan po ng Santiago. Siyempre, laging huli yung Valenciano. Wala naman Z sa amin.
Ako, alam mo, sabi ni Tito Lord, dapat magpalit ng pinito si Gary, gawin ng Alenciano.
Para
Hindi, sa pangalawa siya, pag Alenciano. Pangalawa.
Pangalawa siya.
Ay, pangalawa. Una, ALC, ALE.
Lahat na A.
Sana Santiago,
Valenciano.
Ang sa...
Tapos 4A. 4A.
Happy ka na ba sa sagot nila, Tita Loli? Hindi ka happy. Hindi happy si Tita Loli, nagpaplastikan daw kayo, sabi niya. Hindi, joke lang. Pero syempre, happy ka dahil bibili raw si Tita Loli ng tickets. Di ba? Pag mga charity events kasi bumibili siya. Di ba?
Okay, Mandy kayo bibili.
Bumili ka doon sa Alameda, di ba? Ikaw talaga. O, eto na, The Aster Amoyo Show. Eto. Papatunayan ni Tita Aster na kahit 1 year lang ang isang tanong, isang sagot. At saka nagkaroon siya. Ilan? 3 years ba yun? Eh, bakit ako lang yung awardee ng best panelist?
Grabe na walang bashing dito. Nalawa tuloy ako.
Parang hindi, Tito Lolit, Tito Aster, mali ka ng bilang. Nagkaroon ka ng another show na nagtagal na ilang weeks lang.
Wala.
Di ba yung inside showbiz? Eto na, Miss Aster Amoyo.
Pakilala mo na ba yung intro? Sige, pakilala.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Aster Amoyo! In fairness, meron na siya online show ngayon sa Abante tonight.
Yun, tita, yun yung music mo.
Eto na Tita Aster.
Magtatanong ako pero dadagdagan mo ang tune.
Ano mo fundraiser to?
Ayun na. Oh, alam mo, nakakatuwa lang. Kasi kanina, di ba, nabanggit ko yung get-together, or rather, yung reunion concert yun nun sa Ultra. Pero never pa naulit yun after so many years. Pero bakit hindi kasing laking event tulad nun ang gawin ngayon?
Ewan.
Unang-una po yung time yung actually matagal na po itong pinagplanuhan pero of course medyo maraming labas po yung Gary V, OGIE ALCASID din doon awit sa akin.
Uy, lagi ka na nasa Europe. Saan anong galing?
Hindi, nahanap namin yung pinaka-common na saan tayo magkakasama-sama. Of course, aside from us four, gusto rin namin makasama yung ibang pakundira na members na talaga naman be part of the show. Kaya lang,
Pagkaplano nun, kesa yung talagang process of putting the show together. Joey Quirino.
Joey Quirino, Paulo Bustamante, Carlo Orosa. Ang dami po talaga na talagang nung aside yung 1989 po. Actually, nung 1989, wala pa sila Gian Monday, wala pa.
We're talking Lasal Dream Hills, di ba?
Correct.
Gabriel.
Yung tax, di ba? Yung
Grab,
tax.
yes.
Yung tax, yung music.
Yes.
And music.
And then music. Marami.
Hindi, suggestion lang. Kasi Gary, you at saka si Augie, concert producers na kayo pareho. Why don't you join forces para pag-isipan nito? Kasi ang ganda kung mag-gather nyo lahat ng mga graduates sa Lasal Hills, di ba? Kasi ang dami nyo ang dami nyo And it's the rare, siguro, it's going to be a rare culture. What do you think?
There are some also kasi that although they are singers from the Tirana or from the Salvin Hills, they may not be practicing as much now. So their priorities might have changed already. Like I have a classmate, a batchmate, his name is Joel Francisco. Nobody knows him, but he was with me in the Kundirana. Where is he now? He's in New York. He's a neurosurgeon. But a beautiful voice. For me to take him all the way there to come here, to practice, to stay here, and it might be too much also for him to do that. And these are the things that we have to take into consideration. So it's harder than just getting everyone and putting them all together. What we can do is get those who are really available for a good cause. But there are many causes that we can stand up for, and it's a good suggestion. And who knows, this might be the first of several fundraisers in the future, for good causes.
And then special guest yung mga anak niyo. Diba? Maybe another concert na kayo.
Yaman-yaman na lang sa dapat sila nag-fundraise. Diba? Dapat ang nag-fundraiser yung mga ganang Emilio Aguinaldo Alcaid, joke lang.
Mayaman din yun.
Sige. Ang tanong pala, kay Mandy,
Yan.
for the 1 billion fund na yan na malilikom ng fundraiser yan, who will benefit?
Ayun na nga yung sinabi ko kanina.
Actually, for the better appreciation of everyone, this project actually gave birth through a dinner with Brother Gus Bokier. Nung grade 1 kami, sa Lasan Green Hills, Brother Gus na si Brother Gus, principal namin siya, so that was in the 70s. Currently, Brother Gus is the president of the LSU Las Marinas. His vision entails a construction of a brand new high-tech, world-class medical hospital in Las Marinas. And the purpose of this hospital is to not or never turn away the poor when they need medical service. Okay, so kahit na kailangan niya ng angioplasty or bypass or whatever, at wala siyang pera pambayad, hindi siya tatanggihin. Hindi siya tatanggihan ni Brother Gus to accept. So the funding for such a feat, for such a huge vision, undertaking, costs a lot of money. And so he came up with this DLSU MC charity fund, endowment fund, where ang goal niya is to get 1,000 donors to donate at least 1 million pesos. 1,000 donors to donate at least 1 million peso each. Tayo lahat dito, we will work together for that one donor to give 1 million pesos. So yun yung goal po natin ngayon. And who will avail? Anyone who has no money, but the marginalized, the poor, that goes to a provincial hospital tapos matanggihan siya, pwede siya pumunta sa DLSU MC at tatanggapin siya doon ni Brother Gus. So that's who will take advantage of this.
Thank you. Napakaganda ng explanation ni Subs. Saan daw ba yung DLSU?
Las Marinas kami.
Kasi pupunta bukas si Ice.
Hindi pa po gawa yung ospital.
No, also,
Iba tayo pa lang po.
I want to add kasi na, you know, hindi dahil graduate or alumni ng Lasang Green Hills, pwede natin sabihin mayaman. Actually, marami tayong nag-suffer at talagang walang pera ng mga alumni. Doon lang nag-start. Tapos pinalaki ng pinalika ni Brother Gus na hindi lang dapat Lasal alumni, kundi everyone who is poor will get this benefit.
Thank you, Mandy.
Sana, Mandy.
Sana
Mandy, sana may representative din ng Lasal
Oo nga.
para matatanong yung mga tanong din natin.
Tsaka, katulad niya, Randy, late mo nasabi na wala pa pala yung hospital. Si Tita Lolit umalis na, papunta na doon. Wala pala siya makapunta. Ito mo,
Kami tayo magpapagawa ng
wala
tayo.
lang yung brochure, papakita niya.
Paligid mo na.
Hindi ko na makakuha, okay? O, so, eto next na. Siyempre, the real Ricky Law. Tito Ricky, ha? Yeah. At nakita nyo, ha, kahit fundraiser to, mga who's who ng entertainment press dito.
Pwede ba muna namin kayo?
Congratulations, ang ganda ng objective. Monday, you mentioned that you're raising 1 billion and the prospective a donor of 1 million each. Meron na ba kayong prospects who these donors are?
Actually, Kuya Ricky, it started already. It started nung birthday celebration ni Brother Gus sa Conrad. That's the evening where this whole idea gave birth, no? Pero yung event nun, it was his birthday, but it was not to celebrate his birthday only, but to launch this idea. So doon pa lang, yung isang table, nag-pledge na. Marami na nag-pledge ng 1 million each. 1,000 yung goal niya. So makikiride on kami doon. So at least we can say that we were part of, everyone here can be part of that donor, one donor that we will actually donate 1 million pesos.
What about the share of the government in making this project?
Well, the government has...
That's the main share in
No,
financial
yeah,
scale.
wala. Kumbaga, this is pure private initiative kasi the government have their own programs now, and I think their efforts goes to the provincial hospitals, yung mga provincial hospitals. Pero ito talaga, yung mga right now, LaSalle, DLSU Dasmariñas Medical Center has the most patients right now that are marginalized patients. Kasi yung mga tinatanggihan na lahat ng mga hospitals sa gilid niya, doon pumupunta. And even LaSalle alumni who don't have who cannot afford medical, doon na rin pumupunta. So, Brother Gus takes it.
So, I'm sorry.
Do you have any target date for the completion of this?
Wala pa. Wala pa. It's gonna take some time because 1,000 donors of 1 million each. Pero yung meron, actually, this is an inside information kasi ang feeling kasi namin is pagtapos itong concert, nakapagbigay na kami ng 1 million, tapos na. A patient will need the bypass, that 1 million will be gone. So we thought that something sustainable, so the company of filoil actually and the rest of the LaSalle alumni are thinking about our own endowment fund that will put there, tapos yung interest nun will sustain. So every year meron kaming mabibigay, hindi lang dahil sa isang gabing concert. So yun ang next project. Pero for now, this one kasi pag-usapan na namin ni Brother Gasto, we will go through with it. Next time, we will come up with a endowment fund that will be managed by a bank, and then it will be self-sustaining. So the interest of that every month will give to the DLSU MC.
Thank you. My suggestion though, si Mom.
Ano ba yan? Mandy, I have one suggestion. I hope this helps. Why come up with a concert like this or a fundraiser? Pwede ka naman humingan ng 1 million o isa sa 4 million na kagad.
Actually, siguro I'll take this opportunity to thank my fellow Lasallians and brothers who without any hesitancy took upon the invitation. Actually, nung Christmas party ko lang namin, kinukulit na ako ni Kuya Randy na matutuloy ba yan? I said, of course, matutuloy ito. It was first targeted for February, but the artists, you couldn't get the sketches together at the same time. I think Gary was taking up for the stage for a while. So, it became July. I'd like to just thank them in front of everyone because we really appreciate your help. And kanina you were asking about their honorariums. Actually, what I know is they're even going to give their honorarium to their own foundations. Ganun sila kaya ganun kalaki yung puso nila. So that's why I'm not fearful or scared to ask you to do this because I know that they have a very big heart.
You're welcome.
Alam mo, napakaganda ng sinabi ni Mandy. So, bakit hindi ka rin magbigay ng 1 million na kinasabi
Can I add something
Yes.
to that answer, Andy? If the 4 of us gave 1 million each, nice, di ba? But that would mean it was the effort of 4 guys. When we're talking about the entire LaSalle community and others who might capture the vision of what this whole project is about and the future projects as well. Now, if I may say something about the LaSallian community, and I'm speaking because of the feedback I got from others. I was once in the United States in my brother's office, and his friend arrived. And my brother is 10 years older than I am. And his friend arrived and he looked at me, Gary! And I looked at him, hey, we were talking like we were the same age. And somebody in that office looked at me and said, wait a minute, you guys are talking about the school you came from, your alumni? You guys know each other? Were you in school together? I said, no. So how come you guys talk like you know each other? And I just said, that's what the community is about. It's not about being Green Archer, Animo, and all. It's part of that. But there is something about what grew in our hearts, being from LaSalle Green Hills. Not all of us went to DLSU. I went to DLSU. But not all of us did. But LaSalle Green Hills, that small campus wherein you had all of these guys going and learning and growing together. And it the lessons that we learned there are now being practiced. Wherein, yeah, we can probably contribute a little bit to the whole thing, but why tayo lang? Let's make it an entire effort so that when they see the building rise and when they hear the stories of the poor getting better, they're all part of it. But anybody who comes into that stadium or that coliseum or the filoil, anytime they go to that center and they see the feedback, they'll know that they were all a part of it. Because I think it's a great endeavor. It's not easy, but I think it's a great endeavor to do. So that's why that's just to support the answer of Maggie.
Okay. Thank you, Tito John.
Sure.
Hindi, yung cheque ko, tago nyo na. Hindi ko na rin. Nagdating sa detail.
Can I add something? Ano yan?
Yes.
Kasi ngayon lalo ko pang na-absorb yung magnitude ng ginagawa namin. Although I was already aware because Brother Gus, he's been discussing this project for a long time, this vision of this, and it's nice because now it's underway. But just as as important as the whole why we're doing this, yung magnitude ng, I'm talking about the show aspect naman. What we're going to be doing. Kasi nakatanggap ko yung mga study aids and all. Sabi ko parang hindi natin to, kasi nung nagkunti sa ultra kami, nandun yung mga kumbirana and yeah, we did some numbers. But this is the first time that 4 of us are really working together in special numbers. We're collaborating like Gary and Randy, me and Ogie, and all 4 of us. It's parang tamang-tama siya, naakma siya dun sa kung ano yung gusto namin gawin. Kasi it's a historical aspect to it, and the significance of it, and as well as the significance of us coming together to make this kind of show. So it took this kind of vision from Brother Gus to bring us together. And I think it's really well worth it that people will come and see us on Saturday and do what we're going to be doing. And the nice thing about it is at the end of the day, we're all coming together for this great cause.
Thank you. Siyempre, actually maraming tumutulong po para sa project na to. Kaya nais po namin pasalamatan. And if you can mention guys, yung High Hotel and Convention please. Ito po, kasi nag-sponsor sila. Thank you very much. Paki-mention naman Tessa. Kasi nagbabasa sila ng Manila Times. Hindi ko magkamalim. Manila Star. Hindi ko sabihin. Siyempre, thank you rin sa inyo. Alam ko maraming na-touch sa entertainment press na nandito. Ito po yung donor pledge form. Pwede ko pong sulatan. Pwede ko kayong, simulan na natin ang pag-pledge po. Pwede nyo i-abot later. Ayan. So ito, siyempre, ang ABS-CBN din, dahil siyempre nandito silang 4, nag-support din po sa atin, kaya dito ang TV Patrol. Ang next na tanong ay manggagaling kay Miss Gaynel. Beauty queen po siya, turn TV reporter.
Thank you. Of course, it's gonna be a concert, we all know that. And lahat po kayo, each one of you, meron po talaga kayong mga songs na nakilala kayo for that. Well, aside from that, ano po ba yung mga gagawin nyo on that concert, on that day, that show? Are we gonna see you guys dance, or?
Yeah. I've been rehearsing.
I've never been a backup dancer before. That is the first time I'm a backup for OGIE ALCASID.
That's right. Hindi, sabi ko kanina, we're doing pamilya ko sa mga 80s songs. Hindi. Name me one 80s songs. Hindi nga.
I'm not sure. Yung mga songs.
Everybody wants to rule the world.
No.
Alam
Okay.
yun.
Like this.
Old.
Whether or not you know the music of the 80s, you will see why we have never let go of that particular era. Just a little insight. My daughter is, I don't know if she's your age, but she's 25, 26 now.
I'm 24.
Okay. Every time I play songs from that era, and even earlier from the 70s, and my daughter's a songwriter, she always goes, "What happened, Dad?" And I said, "What do you mean? Why aren't the songs like that anymore?" Now it's about something else. It's about there's so much angst, there's so much anger, there's so much of me, I know what to do. But during that time, it was just fun. It was about love in its purest form. It's crazy a bit, but saya. So even when I play, and then I have another niece who came back from the United States her second time to be here. She would always ask me, Tito, can you just play the disco music? Not because of me, but I said, why do you like disco? She goes, Tito, that's the best. And she's a musician too, and her music is more yung tipong what they call har-har music, which is tipong Moira kind of the thing. You're just relaxing the voice and all. But she loves the disco music. Why? I don't know. There was just something about music back then. So whether or not you know the music of the 80s or the 90s, or the music that we're doing today, we're giving you not just a part, but we're giving you the entire pie, so that all of you can see why we are and why we still do what we do, and why we are who we are today. And it's through music.
Alright. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Si Geniel. Baka hindi nyo alam si Geniel product.
Ano lang si Kuya Randy, sobrang attentive.
Hindi, si Geniel product ng My Girl yan, ng Happy EP. One of our winners yan.
Wala.
Oh, Happy EPA. Happy EPA.
Pero ibang tingin mo,
Malabo kasi.
Teka muna, Jun, paano mo alam kung saan siya nakatingin?
Hindi mo gano'n kaano yung mata niya, yung salamin niya. Hindi na katulad ka dark niyan dati. Dati, nung 1987, super
Yung pilar ako nakatingin, ano ba kayo?
Hindi ako naniwala. Ako dati nga, no, may pa-press ko na ako bilang yung text sa akin after. Isa sa mga artista dun sa pa-press ko, pinapakuha yung number ni, may tatanong
Geniel,
ka.
oh.
Tinawagan ka ba?
Sino yan?
Hindi, niloloko. Nagbabanggit ng pangalan si Igor Ginamali. Hindi siya yun. No, hindi, no. Hindi siya. Ay, plus na sinabi ko, yung singer. Eto na. Eto na, Pilar. Si Pilar gusto magtanong. Eto tayo ka para makita ko nilang lahat.
Apart from being directed by another Paolo Bustamante, ano yung mga i-inject na songs ni Direct na hindi pa namin nalalaman doon sa era nyo? Apart from your era, yung mga sumikat na, kasi kami, memorize na yung mga kanta niya, di ba? Ano yung gagawin ni Direct? Napasabog. Direct.
Di ba mas magandang surprise? It's better.
Kahit isa lang.
Well, pag sinabing 80s kasi, you'll have to choose which of those songs of the 80s. But we're not doing songs na hindi kilala ng mga tao na medyo familiar sa 80s. They will know the songs talaga. And they will probably go, oh my God, kakantay ni Gary, kakantay ni Obi, yung mga ganun. Tsaka intro pa lang.
Si Tita Astor may request Michael Jackson.
Yan, alam mo, Pilar, ang very exciting about listening to 80s music is, alam mo yung pag may narinig kang music, instantly you're transported, di ba? To the time na feeling, oh, bigla ka na lang high school ka na ulit. So, and we're hoping that becomes the effect on the audience that when they start listening to music, they get up on their feet and they start dancing, and which I think will happen, especially because I'm there.
Kaya nga masaya.
Because Gary's there, and ito, gusto ko lang, I know I've been just saying punchlines today, but I also want to say that I think the four of us will not be who we are, or at least will not have the same values if it were for Kundirana. Showing up on time, diba? Bringing all your costumes, kahit white shoes pa yan. But, discipline, because right, exam week, huwag niyo kalimutin yung pangalan, Brother Gus, okay, he was our leader, and he was our spiritual leader also. Napaka-importante nun, na when we became professionals, dala-dala namin yun. So, hindi naman sa nagmamalaki kami, but it's just that it, instilled in us the values, those values, and we brought it with us, and I'm assuming that's why we're still here.
Imagine yung Pilar, fourth year high school lang kami. Third year and fourth year. So, batang-bata pa yung mga boses namin. Pero yung training, being part of Kundirana, kasi very big deal for students eh. Yung kumbaga, grade school pa lang po kami, gusto namin maging Kundirana. So, hinihintay, like for example, when you get into the high school, di ba? First year, hinihintay namin maging Kundirana. Second year, isang taon na lang magiging Kundirana. And pagpasok ng third year, pahirapan pa mag-audition. Imagine, siguro mga nag-audition, mga isang daan, mga more, pero ang kinukuha lang dito. So talagang yung audition talaga napakahirap.
Parang ano yan, Peter eh. Parang kang sasali sa basketball team. Kasabangan mo paghapon, di ba? Titignan mo ngayon sa bulletin board kung pumasok ka o hindi. It's the same feeling. I remember that day na nakita ko yung pangalan ko. Also, I mean, yeah, that's right.
Pilar, one phrase that Brother Gus told me and my batch was that you have to bring joy to others through music. Of course, at such a young age, that doesn't really sink in right away because all you wanted to do was get up on that stage and see who's gonna be. Lalo-lalo na at that time, yung nag-rehearse kami, may isa pang grupo called The Pew, which was made of different schools, namely Veda, Assumption, they're all there. So after their rehearsals, bababa sila ngayon at panunuorin yung Kundirana na mag-rehearse. But of course, that was the most exciting thing. But you know, his statement of being able to bring joy to others through music, it is up to today, so alive in all of us. Na sa palagay ko, wala sa amin dito ang tumitingin sa isang gig as a racket. Yung mga tipong basta gawin na lang natin. No, it's we're going to come out on stage and because of what we've learned, every performance needs to be genuine, it needs to be sincere. Because there are people who are watching you who want to get away from the problems outside of that venue, and music being the language of the soul, I think we have been blessed with the ability to not just sing a song, but really to bring joy to others through music. So that's what we learned back then. We're practicing it lang now.
So, anong special song nyo yung hindi nyo aalisin sa repertoire?
Talagang gusto mo ng title.
Hindi, yung isang
Alma
hindi
Mater.
mawawala.
Alma Mater lang. Alma Mater, hail to De La Salle. We'll hold your banner high and bright, a shield of green and white. We'll fight to keep your glory bright, and never shall we fail. Hail to thee, our alma mater. Hail, hail, hail.
Iba talaga kayo dati.
Galing mo.
Galing!
Galing pala tayo. We know that song by heart. Especially pag basketball. Right?
How long did Conderano last? Is there any chance?
It started in 1972. The one who's heading it is Monet Silvestre, former member of the Tux.
The Tux.
I think judge sa ABS PDA. Mon tawag namin doon. Monet Silvestre. Monet Silvestre.
Thank you. Thank you, Tito Ricky. Ito si Ruel Villacueta.
Sa production number, ano mangyayari? Solo-solo? Or merong Gary, Randy? O kung may combination, then finale, apat kayo?
That would be, if you look at it that way, that's more or less the expected flow of things. We'll have a little bit of that, and we'll have a little bit of everything else, being put together. There will be numbers that we will all be together in, and there will be combinations that will be different from what people are used to. Because, frankly speaking, I've never really performed much with Randy. As in, yung mga production numbers, we've done let's say,
Concert mo dati.
concert ko, but that was one time.
30 years.
One time. About 30 years ago, so yun lang. But to see him back and in full blast, no? I mean, with Rack of Ages, and then he's TNT, Borado, and among other things, it's good to see him back to where it all started, which is as a performer, a singer, and entertainer. And he's gonna do that to the max. So I'm excited for that.
For the kayong apat, anong kaninong song na kantinyo? May kombinasyon or mga sikat popular songs ninyo, pero apat ang kakanta. I think it would be the first na niya.
I think we'll be singing our own songs. No? Wala namang yung parang nagpalit-palit, wala namang.
Pero kayong apat, nagkakantahin ba kayo?
Yes, we have production numbers.
Production numbers. Singing your originals.
Yung
iba kasing songs.
Yung ibang songs. The danger kasi in doing sometimes, the danger is when you hear a song, let's say when you hear Lea Salonga sing one of her songs, if you don't watch her all the time, you want to see and hear as close to the original as possible. Now, if she does a number with, let's say, Regine Velasquez, then that's nice to see. But when you hear Regine Velasquez do, let's say, a song like my song, Sana Maulit-Ulit, you want to hear Regine because that's the only time they'll get to see her do it. Now, they can do numbers together, pero pagdating sa mga malalaking, mabibigat hits, you want to hear the original as close to it as possible. So that's, I think, where we're going with this concert. I'm scared to tell you too much because I don't want people to come in expecting kung ano na ang makikita nila at kung ano na maririnig nila. But I'm excited. I'm excited to step on the stage with these guys.
Thank you.
Salamat.
Thank you, Ruel. At syempre, papasalamatan daw ulit ng Hype Hotel and Convention Place. Thank you very much. So, pabanggit naman sa kasi sisipin daw si Lisa kung hindi nabanggit. Anyways, marami pa tayong sponsors. At alam nyo, hindi na ito basta concert. Kasi after mag-perform ng apat, may party at tutugtog ang Route 70. Okay, wow. Okay. So, syempre, pasalamatan.
Mga kundirana din yun. Sina Ding Dong Edupe.
Ito sponsor natin. Ito lang kasi nang sinusulat CDO Corner Norte. Yan. Ano ba sponsors? Yan. Ito, Insular Oil Corporation, Petro, Gas, yan. Pino Leatherware, Pino, okay. CDO Food Spur, Chemaloy USA 88, okay. Okay, thank you. At ito, mula sa, meron tayo sa, meron kasi tayo sa social media, live tayo sa social media, isa yung Abante News Online. May mga nagpapatanong, high school, sino rin yung mga nag-abot sa inyo sila sa Green Hills?
Ako na talaga.
Pagkada kayo.
Magka-batch.
Pero ako nga, so may kasama rin kayong abroad. Di ba yung mga
Sila. Actually, sila.
Pero ikaw dito, Gary?
No, yung susunod na year. Kasi yung nangyari sa amin in batch 82, sila, ilang na lang is mas
79 po.
79. Kasabay niya si Ruel.
Okay.
And then batch 80 was sina Mon Faustino, Juan Miguel Salvador. Batch 81 sila Jeric Mariano. Ako batch 82. Yung nangyari kasi sa amin, hiniwalay yung Ateneo Lasal rivalry dahil sa grabe yung mga nangyayari noon sa NCAA. So tinanggal yung Lasal sa NCAA. At that point, wala na kaming maipakita. Lasal Green Hills had nothing to show except the arts. And Brother Gas Walker was the one that said, let's push the arts. Let's push the talent in Lasal Green Hills. In fact, noong 1981, nagkaroon sila ng concert called Farewell to All That and Kundirana. Kasi dapat doon na magkakat yung Kundirana, hindi na itutuloy yun But then, sabi ni Brother Gas, listen, let's just try one time to focus more on the arts. So, ang nangyari sa amin, at least I think with the succeeding years, kumakanta kami sa iba't ibang lugar, including the Tala Leprosarium, yung mga ganon, really making something out of what we were given with our voices. Music ministry was what Randy mentioned. And so in 1982, when I became a part of the group, ako, si Carlo Orosa, and that friend of mine, Joel Francisco, thank God na medyo it worked and it continued to the point na batch 83 and onwards started traveling abroad, going all around na sila. So they were very fortunate and very blessed. But kami wala kami mga regrets na hindi kami nakapag-abroad because lahat kami nakapag-experience ng mga experiences ng isang junior and senior high schooler na siguro masasabi namin na we were so fortunate to have experienced that in our growing up years. To be part of a group of, during my time, 11 singers, 12 band members, and it was amazing. Kami ang nagsiset up ng yung sets. Kami ang lumalabas ng school para makakuha ng sponsors. And it was truly memorable. And I think that still is going on.
May kwento munti kami, as professionals already, iwan gusto na gagawin yung parang Ponderana International.
Yes, that's right.
Oo, di ba? Gagawin namin talaga napakalaking event na
Ponderana International.
Dadalhin ng international tour ang Ponderana. So, it was actually ilang rehearsals din tayo nun, di ba?
Grabe.
Rehearse kami.
Hindi namin naabutan.
Nabutan niyo yun!
Di ba naabutan yun? Pangalan nyo nandun sa listahan. Ponderana International.
Ay guys, sorry, may naka-blue. Tsaka A.
Hindi, offensive po.
Okay lang.
Pag-usapan natin
Avengers
po. Pilista din.
Avengers.
Avengers.
Akala ko kung ano school yun. Adamson. Joke lang. Ayun pala yun. Sorry, ano yun?
Wala, doon na natin pag-usapan.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you, Randy, Tutugari, Ogie, and Dingdong. Pwede niyo pa silang interviewin after this, isa-isa kung gusto niyo. Pero eto, syempre papasalamatan po ulit natin ang High Hotel and Convention Place. Syempre, ang media partners po natin, may Inquirer, PI Inc., POP Inquirer Mobile, Monster RX 93.1,